scared of public speaking or making a presentation? There are possibilities that some of you are. Even I was scared about facing people and talking in front of them, in front of an audience. Now, what exactly goes through our minds at that point of time when we stand in front of our audience? What is it that goes through your mind? You might be asking questions like, what would people think if I can't speak properly? What happens if people start laughing at me? If I say something stupid, right? These are common concerns. These are very natural. Now, I'd like you to think a bit differently. When you stand on a podium, when you stand facing an audience, think of one thing. The very fact that you're standing in front of this audience and others are not is basically because those audience whom you are addressing right now didn't have the guts to stand here where you are standing now and speak to the others. You did have the guts, and that's why you're standing here, taking this position and addressing them. Point number one. Point number two is whatever they may think, you can't stop others from thinking. They may think, they may laugh, they may do whatever they want. Remember one thing. In this world, nobody has time for others. Nobody. Unless, of course, it's somebody pretty close like your family or somebody. Strangers don't have any time to think about you. Absolutely. Even if somebody criticizes you internally, mentally, if somebody ridicules you, if somebody thinks bad about you, you can't present, you can't speak, or whatever negative about you, he will think for you not more than 5 minutes. That's all the time that he or she has got for you. He has got other work, other priorities. Just think of it yourself. When you felt bad about somebody, how long did you think about him or her? How long, really? And even if you thought bad about that person, did it really matter to that person? Did it? No. Absolutely, it didn't make any difference whatsoever to his life. It was you who were thinking that too barely for a couple of minutes or 4-5 minutes. Then you have forgotten about that person because you don't really care about he's a stranger to you. Why should it matter? Right? Same thing happens for others also when you think that others are thinking about you. They don't have time to think of you. Even if in the audience you find that there is somebody who is senior, who is at a superior position and who is a good speaker, maybe. There are situations in our corporate world that you are facing somebody where in the audience you find somebody higher up, gone to that level, who is a good speaker. You might think that what if he thinks bad about me if I can't speak in front of him properly? Remember the third thing. Even he was not born with that capacity, with that capability, with that skill. He had to learn that skill the same way that you are learning now. So he had traveled the same path that you are going through right now to come to this position. That's why he knows the struggle. He knows the difficulty. He knows the challenge. So if he has come through this path, he will never ever laugh at you, not even silently, because he knows what it takes to become that speaker, to be at that position. So just don't think about what others think of you. Go out, stand there, face an audience, collate whatever you want to say, whatever you want to speak on, and speak at your own pace, at your own leisure time, the way as if you are speaking in front of the mirror with nobody watching you. That will be the most natural way you can speak to an audience. And that's the 3 points which you want to remember, which you have to remember in order to become a good speaker. First is, nobody cares about you. Second is, the very fact that you are standing here makes you better and superior as compared to the other people because they didn't show the guts to come here and stand. And third is, even if there is somebody superior which you think in the audience, He has traveled through that path. He has also learned it the same way that you are learning now. So just go out and speak your mind out and be a champion speaker.